Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this video I've got two replays for you in the Tiger 131. Now the Tiger 131 is going to be coming up on a community earn op as of Tuesday the 25th, and it will be running for a week. So I decided to put some replays together and obviously do a bit of a tank overview on the 131 and basically let you know what it's all about and what you're going to be getting when you earn a tank through the op. So yeah, first off, we'll just sort of dive into the website details and just go over that briefly, and then we'll get onto the statistics. So then, looking at the Tiger 131 Community Earn Op, you'll be able to find out more details about this on the World of Tanks console website, which I've got sort of popped up on my screen here. You can see the event runs for a week. So as of the 25th, this Tuesday, that's when the op will begin, and it will finish the following Tuesday. And it's all part of Tank Fest, basically, which is happening over the 28th, I believe. I can't remember. But yeah, the weekend where this event is running, that's when Tank Fest is happening. And obviously, as part of that is this community op, which we've seen before. You've seen tanks such as the T-3488 as part of the community earn op. It's a great way for everybody to sort of get involved and basically put their efforts together to earn themselves a tank. And now I've got the Tiger 131, and essentially anybody that does have it will end up in they'll end up getting silver for it. So if you do have it, it's going to be free silver as well, and it's nothing nothing to sniff at where free silver is concerned. So yeah, like I say, if you want to know more, I'm not going to sort of go through the whole shebang of what's on the website, but I'm just sort of scrolling through here. You can have a look yourselves if you want to sort of go more in depth as to finding out what you get and how you earn. I mean, essentially, it's pretty easy, to be honest. You log in and play basically, and whatever points you earn just sort of goes in the collective prize fund, I guess. And then once you've hit your target, which is 7.5 million here, you'll get the Tiger 131. So basically, just play as much as possible, really. You can see it's available to World War II and Cold War players. And it is available to multiplayer and co-op as well. So, like I say, everybody can get involved in this, and I mean, you get some emblems and stuff, which I'm not really fussed, to be fair. Emblems are emblems. I don't really find much use in emblems, but some XP boosters in there. But yeah, the main thing is obviously the 131 itself, and we'll dive into the stats next, and then we'll look at some gameplay. So the Tiger 131 then, it's one of the Tiger 1 variants, and it's a tier 7 premium German heavy tank. And the one special thing about this tank, amongst other things, is it has preferential matchmaking. So you will only see tier 8s, 6s and 5s. You won't see tier 9s like you do with the other Tiger 1 variants. So that's something that really puts this tank in good stead to begin with. So let's look at some stats then, and with my setup, I've got this tank at 40 kilometers top forward speed with 12 on reverse. I've got 20% internal fire chance, 1500 hit points, still concealment of 394 meters with 415 on the move, and a 496 meter view range. Reload time on this tank I've got down to about 4 seconds. The maximum gun depression is 8 degrees. Got 0.29 meters accuracy at 100 meters and 1.86 aim time. We have AP, APCR and HE on your shell types, with a big ammo capacity of 92 rounds. Can penetrate at 159 on your standard, and 227. Actually, it's 169, sorry, on standard, 227 on your premium, 154 at 500 meters, 220 hit points of damage that you do per shot, with 773 meters per second shell velocity on your standard, with 966 meters on your premium. So looking at the armor profile, then it's standard Tiger. Your majority of your armor is at the front. You have got some on the side. You can side scrape with this tank quite effectively. Obviously that boxy armor, it's a classic side scraper. And like I say, you can use your gun depression over ridge lines fairly effectively. You've got your engine and your fuel tanks at the rear of the tank, and obviously your ammo racks are on the side, which again, like all Tiger variants, there's a lot of them and they're quite sort of large, so be prepared to get ammo racked at some point. Because when people are shooting at your side, it's quite easy to ammo rack the Tiger tanks. The equipment I run on this, I've got gun rammer, optics, and advanced gun lane drive. And on the perks, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Situational Awareness, Armor Angling, Trap Mechanic, and Clutch Braking. Clutch braking to obviously sort of make this tank a little bit more versatile in sort of turning. The armor angling is good as well for like side scraping. Sort of decreases the maximum amount of damage you take as well, so that's quite nice. So yeah, that is sort of the stat summary and the equipment and the perks that I run on this tank. And so we're just going to get into some replays now and actually see how this tank performs. Now, as I've mentioned, this does have preferential matchmaking, so you will only see tier 8s. The replays I've got for you we are top tier. I did have some games yesterday where they were sort of was bottom tier or sort of mixed in the tier 8s, and essentially you play this tank a little bit sort of as support anyway, as opposed to a frontline brawling tank. That boxy armor will suffer because the flat panels can get penetrated pretty much by anything. So you have to be wary of that. I'm not saying it's lightly armored, but I'm just saying it's the flat panels make it sort of easy to pen. And if people bounce, they'll just generally sort of load up the premium and sort of go through anyway. You've got to be careful of the cupola on the turret as well. Turret can bounce a few rounds, to be fair though. If people don't aim properly, the chances are they will bounce up and stuff like that. So anyway, we're trying to get some shots into this VK here, and we're struggling massively. Not really sure what this VK is doing, but we're making an absolute meal of trying to put damage into this VK. Getting targeted by artillery as well, which is frustrating. There is 2 artillery in this game. They are tier 6s, so I'm not too concerned. However, obviously one of the problems with the Tiger 131, again like all the other Tigers, is the roof, the engine deck are easily penetrated basically, very weak. And obviously you're quite large, so that engine deck's huge, so artillery is going to look at you and just sort of draw all over the prospect of slapping a shell and more likely penetrating. So you are going to be an arty magnet in this thing. We do get a shot at Churchill 1, finishing him off. Now we've obviously come to this position at Hidden Village, which obviously does have its issues when you've got artillery, because artillery will aim at this spot, just because it is a choke point where tanks sort of get held up, and it's easy pickings for artillery, and I don't blame them really sort of focusing this side of the map. When you got 2 artillery in play, obviously you have to sort of bear that in consideration when coming up to this point. However, it is also where most of the damage is going to be, because there's a lot of tanks here, a lot of tanks crawling. And we see this Tiger P here that's behind this rock. We're going to decide to sort of make the cross now. Knew the tanks were sort of behind that bridge and weren't going to cause too much of an issue. Poke round, get a shot into the side of that Tiger P there. Now we're going to get another shot into the side. Tiger P puts a shot into us, but doesn't really do much damage. I don't think he's got a big gun on that tank, I'm not sure. But there is a Hellcat poke in this corner now, which is unfortunate. Now, one of the issues with this tank that I find is the AP rounds are very dirty. They're just, I don't know if it's just because obviously the shell velocity isn't as high as the APCR or what, but I just find them very trolly to play with, which is why. I mean, I've kept the AP rounds because obviously we're sort of right in top tier, but now I'm out of AP rounds. I'm on the APCR anyway, which I do keep quite a large amount of, and that's just because I just prefer the APCR rounds, just because, like I say, the better shell velocity, it just feels like the gun handles a little bit better. Obviously the 88mm gun at range isn't going to perform that great anyway, so you have to bear that in mind, that as a long range sniper it can be a bit problematic to get those shells to go where you want them to go, just because, like I say, the 88mm gun is notoriously troublesome at range. Short range it's fine, it's fine, and it packs a good amount of alpha. I mean, the reload time as well is the next best thing about this tank. Is I mean, I've got down to 3.6 seconds there with food and everything like that, and the gun rammer. So you are absolutely pumping out damage here with that reload. You can just shred tanks quite easily. You can see there, sort of 220 per shot average. It's very nice, and like I say, you can really be effective. Now, I've been quite aggressive here because obviously we are top tier, and yeah, so can afford to be quite aggressive. Not really sure where that shot went. I think I might have hit the gun mantlet on that KV1 there, but it was an unfortunate bounce, so I really thought that was going to go through. You can see the amount of damage we've racked up here, and we've just been sort of pressing the issue. Like I say, that probably could have got more out of this game if a couple of my shells and my shots had actually hit, but like I say, sort of expecting them to whiff a little bit. The aim time isn't that bad. Like I say, it's not too bad. It's just do have to give a little bit of time for it to aim in. And again, a lot of that is because the rapid reload just it's not given much time to aim in between shots. Get a shot into the artillery there, finishing that guy off, and yeah, bringing in sort of replay there. Like I say, we've got a real nice game to begin with. And then you can see we come top of the board. We got 2 kills. We've got just under 4k damage with 107 assists. 22 direct hits in the game, which is best in the game. Let's say we really rattled off some shots there. Only picked up first class. We got the high caliber medal, and yeah, just a not a bad video really. Like I say, could have had a bit more damage if I'd possibly sort of taken a bit more time to aim shots, and yeah, just take my time really. But there we go. It is what it is, and yeah, so we'll move on to the second replay. And there we go, so we are on Ghost Town, and again, top tip, really good matchmaking actually, to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to take full advantage of that. We're on a sort of city map as such. I class Ghost Town as kind of a city map. Urban map is probably the more politically correct way of explaining this map type, but anyway, it's good for us. It's got plenty of buildings to side scrape off, and that's what I like doing, is using this tank to side scrape, bait the shots, and then when they bounce off, you can poke out and you can put a shot in. If it is if it's a heavy tank that's got sort of a high alpha gun, chances are you might be able to sneak 2 shots in. Like I say, this rapid reload that we've got down to 3.6, 3.8 seconds, I'm not sure, but yeah, you can sneak 2 shots in potentially. Equally as well, you can out-trade a lot of these tanks that are lower tier, because these guys are going to be sort of doing 100 damage to you, if that, with their small caliber guns. If they do penetrate, you're already out-trading them by, with their shot to yours. You're doing 100 damage more than what they are, but you can just easily shred, so easy. And we see it's VK here, it's top tier, but then now we're getting sort of, yeah, we get shot from multiple angles here. I'm going to go for this light tank, just because I always want to get the light tank out. It's a tier 7 light tank as well, so we need to get that guy out of the game, because obviously being top tier, he's going to create a problem. We bounce off the VK there. Obviously the VK's got some boxy armour and sort of quite angled, so naturally that was going to happen. We've got his tier 5 that's annoying me though. Unfortunately, he makes the mistake of driving into that crane, gets trapped. I hit his ammo rack and then finish him off with the second shot there, and then I'm going to go back to focusing on this VK. Hit his upper plate at the slant there, which obviously is going to bounce. Yeah, I'm not too mad about that. Now we're focusing on some hands off ball here. We set him on fire. He gets taken out by a hot. You see the gameplay is just absolutely mad here. We're just footing. Everybody else is you know, focused on other stuff. You see this 45 TP here, which is obviously tier 7. That is something that could hurt us if it penetrates. So I'm trying to sidescope off this building, but unfortunately this medium tank's kind of making it a little bit difficult for me here. But luckily we haven't been penetrated here. We do get a shot into his trap wall there. I'm going to try and finish him off, and there we go, we take him out. And the SU-8 takes out the tank destroyer that was next to him. But yeah, we want to focus out the Polish tank, because obviously that's quite a hard hitting tank, top tier. And yeah, we don't want to focus the tier 5s if there's tier 7 there that needs taken out, because that's a more dangerous tank. Tried going for a shot on the Sherman there, but unfortunately we bounced off his upper plate again. Not too mad about that. I was focusing that guy just because, see, the T29 is sort of backing off a little bit there, but now we're sort of going for the T29. We're rushing in here and we're going to get some shots in. We've got plenty of hit points to play with, backing up there, and yeah, he's just overwhelmed by numbers. The only thing that's left is that Jumbo Sherman. We get a shot into the back of him and then he gets taken out, and you see that was an absolute rollover of a game there. But we come top of the board. We got 5 kills there, just over 4.2k damage, 190 assists. We blocked 1400 as well. Like I say, you can sidescope, you can block quite a lot of shots as well. Pick up the ace tanker there, get the high caliber medal, and yeah, a nice end to the game. And there we go, guys. That is it for the replay and the video. So yeah, you like to say, everyone's got the chance to earn the Tiger 131. Which is happening next week. Like I say, just play the game as much as possible. That's the only way we can all sort of work together to get it. And then once you got it, like I say, if you got it already, you can get the silver. But if you haven't, then you'll have a blast. It's an absolute fantastic tank, and probably, I would say, one of the best tier 7 tanks in the game, without a doubt. So anyway, guys, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like and subscribe. It does help the channel. And I'll catch you next time.